Hello, I'm bored and I was like, why not make a reading vlog? So that's what we're here to do, guys. We're gonna read this book, which is My Soul to Steal by Rachel Vincent. It's the fourth book in the Soul Screamers series. A lot of stuff's probably gonna go down since every other book in the series has been quite literally very dramatic and insane. Each book has a mystery of its own, and this one is probably going to be wild. Let me give you a quick summary of all the other books, just so you know there will be warnings and there will be spoilers. So, the first book, we have these two characters. We have Kaylee and Nash. Kaylee is just a normal girl, so we think. She's had a stint in a mental institute for screaming uncontrollably. For some reason, we don't really know. Turns out she's a banshee and she's coming into her own and has no idea what the hell is going on. Then we meet Nash, who's also a banshee, but instead of banshees, they call it beanshides? Beanshides? They say it really weirdly and I don't know how to pronounce it because I cannot pronounce anything for the life of me. Anyway, so we have these two banshees and they're falling in love. All the while, kids are getting murdered and we don't know what's going on. They're just dropping dead at school. They're all teenagers, all around the same age, and it's pretty bad. It doesn't look great. Until we realize that every single one of them is connected to something. We also learn that Nash has a brother named Todd who's a ghost. More so a Grim Reaper, and he's also a banshee. But he's also a Grim Reaper. So he takes dead people and he takes their souls to wherever they need to go. He deals in souls. You learn that all of these characters are dying because they're being sacrificed to an evil Reaper because this lady wants to be immortal, or as immortal can be, because of her husband, who's a banshee, and he'll live for like around 400 years, and she won't because she's human. So she's sacrificing all these kids so that she could be ageless like him, I guess, and it doesn't go well because she ends up dying instead. This is the main character's aunt. So, oof, twists incoming. Next, we have book 2, where the main character is struggling still, but now she's dating Nash, so yay. It continues on a little more wild. We've got Todd's ex-girlfriend having a party on stage. She's a rock star, famous rock star. She drops dead, but homegirl does not scream, which is odd because she always screams whenever anybody dies. Turns out homegirl on stage, Ariadne, or something, doesn't have a soul. So that's why homegirl didn't scream for her or sing for her soul, because she didn't have one. She made a deal with a demon, or a hellion to be precise, so that she could be immortal. In fame speak. She wanted to be immortalized in fame, so she wanted to get famous as quick as possible, so she sold her soul to a hellion to do it. And now that she doesn't have a soul and she's dead, the hellion has full control over her and can torture her for all eternity. Sounds great, right? So Todd is like, we have to save her. That's my ex, babes, and she's the most amazing person ever. So they go on an adventure to go save the girl, and they go make a deal with a hellion in the netherworld in order to save her soul. Dun 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 dun. That girl has a little sister who also sold her soul, and they can only save one of her souls, so they learn that this hellion is pretty creepy and really scary and a lot to deal with. On their way there, they decided to make deals with different monstrous creatures in order to get to this hellion. These monsters are addicted to the hellion's breath. The hellion's breath is what keeps these shells or husks of human beings alive when they don't have a soul. So demon's breath is what does all of this stuff. It's also highly addictive and can be used as a drug. So they do all these deals, make it to the hellion, get the girl's soul back and give the soul to her sister. So Ariadne or Adrena, the Adela, whatever her name is still being tortured for all eternity, but at least her sister's safe. When they were leaving the netherworld, one of those balloons that they filled up with the demon's breath in order to transfer it from place to place ended up popping in Nash's face. So That's not good. We're not supposed to think anything of that until later on in the third book, where he's acting weirder than usual. Nash has always been a little off, a little creepy, a little wild sometimes, and he's just being not great, doesn't seem to know what the word consent means, and he's being real creepy, so that's not good. You find out that he's addicted to demon's breath. Whoa, didn't see that coming, did you? Wow. So main character and him are fighting. They're not doing great. The relationship is falling off. Todd is just struggling. He's still the funniest character out of everybody else, but you learn that demon's breath is being sold throughout their human school, which is wild because you didn't know it could get to the human plane, and this is now being sold as a drug called ice. So people are huffing it and they're getting high out of their minds and dropping dead. Also, their soul is slowly getting chipped away from demon's breath. So when they die, their soul is sent to the demon, or they're forever stuck communicating with the demon and in a mental institute. So, you know, not good. So there's a lot of death going on. You gotta figure out who's sending these balloons to people and who's trying to kill people. You learn that these students are connected to this demon, Hellion, who's the same one as before. They have to stop the dealings with the Hellions, and they gotta get Nash off this drug that he's addicted to. And Kaylee rightfully breaks up with her boyfriend. Later on, you learn that there was this giant war just between the planes at this one spot at this one time, and now everything is slowly settling down. Or is it? Welcome to book 4, and we'll see what happens next, because I couldn't tell you. I'm on chapter 11, and oh my gosh, okay, new character alert. I kind of love her. She's Sabine, and she's Amara, which means she can manipulate dreams, cause nightmares, and just make people fear her immediately. She's powerful, and I love that for her. She seems great. And she's Nash's ex-girlfriend. So, and with the introduction of the new character, you get another murder. So a lot of the teachers are dying in the school, and you don't know why. 3 teachers died in around the same time. So all these teachers have died in their sleep. You're trying to figure out how the hell they died. ... Was it Sabine? I really don't think so, because I kind of love her, and if it is her, that would fully break my heart, because I think she's an amazing character. She fully puts Kaylee in her place, and I kind of love her for that. They full on had a conversation where she goes up to Kaylee and says, I don't hate you. I'll be your friend if you want me to be your friend, but like, girl, I don't hate you. But no matter what, I'm fighting for Nash's love. And I go, okay. She put out the boundaries. She knows what she wants and she's gonna get it. So like, I love her for that. She also stated to the main character that you can't be so self-righteous all the time. It's an issue you need to work on. I was like, oh, I love her. I don't ship the main character with Nash anymore, not at all. They were terrible together. Anyway, I don't think I ship Sabine with Nash either though, because Nash is kind of just trash and he needs a lot of help. So, and I didn't expect there to be a love triangle, especially with 2 girls and 1 guy. I was like, oh, okay, because I thought it would be like a love triangle with the main character Nash and Nash's brother Todd, because I don't know, I thought there would be something there. But I think Todd loves Emma, so that's okay, and Emma is the main character's best friend, and they're like, could be cute together, so I don't know what's going on there. But there was something mentioned that I do want to talk about. And Sabine literally said to the main character, oh, I understand why Nash likes you. And I'm like, oh, what's she gonna say next? And then Sabine goes, if I were bi or gay or whatever. I don't remember what was written precisely. But she's like, if I were, I would date you. And I was like, oh, is this gonna be an actual triangle that triangles? Or like, no. No, this one is probably just not gonna have it because it doesn't seem like it would. But why would you mention that if you don't go all the way? It's just, kind of sad, you know? It makes me a little sad. I was expecting more. And I'm like, girl, why would you say that if you're not... Also, the girl on girl hate I'm not vibing with. Like, why can't you just be friends and both hate on Nash? I'm fine with that. That works too. You don't have to be in love. You could just hate on the same guy at the same time. That's perfectly fine. Or just both find better guys, because Nash is terrible. Oh my god, I can't catch a break. This chick, holy crap, she's so annoying, so obnoxious, can't figure out what she wants at all. Kaylee is now yelling at Nash, being like, well, what do you want? Because I know what I want, you don't know what you want. No, girl, you don't know what you want either. She's like, oh, I can't trust you. I've never trusted you. I don't trust you. But then she's like, but I want to trust you. You have to earn my trust. Trust has to be earned, which, fair. But then, like, does stuff behind his back and he does stuff behind her back. And they're both just staring at each other like, why can't I trust you? Because, babes, what the heck you doing? Oh my gosh. I can't with any of these characters right now. They're driving me mental. Okay, so we have Sabine in the picture. She's causing a ruckus, to say the least. All of these characters are going crazy. We have this other guy, his name's Alec. I didn't even mention him last time because I didn't think he was that important. He's very sad that he's being viewed as a 45-year-old, even though he's like 19. Kind of 45 though, because he was in the netherworld for like years. So if he stayed in the above realmia, that's definitely not what it's called. If he stayed not in the netherworld, he would have been like 45. But since he was yanked into the netherworld and fed off by a demon, he is now like still viewed as 19. He still looks 19, but he's wiser beyond his years. So he's trying to get a grasp of how much the world has changed, how life is different being not in the netherworld, and how to like get a job and all this stuff. He's a fun character. I have nothing against him. He's very boring though. Hi, friend. We got a doggo. I don't think she can fit in this tiny little crevice between the tripod and the bookshelf because it's a very small little cramped area. But she can sense my rage. Okay, so we just had a miniature moment with Todd and Nash and Sabine. So Sabine's all over Nash and Nash is like, I have emotions and they're important and I'm still in love with her and she's so important to me and blah blah blah. Because the thing is, he chose to forget about her in the past and all of their past emotions, the past memories of how they first met, everything he's felt for her in the past, he's forgotten because of his drug addiction. So that scene was kind of just supposed to be like, oh my god, look at this man, he's repenting, he's groveling, but to the wrong person, and we're stalking him in a corner just watching it happen while holding on to a different guy's hand while being invisible, seeing the whole thing play out. And I'm pretty sure Sabine knew they were there, just like a little bit. And like, I don't know, Todd definitely is starting to feel something for the main character, and that's off-putting a little bit. They could be cute, but they're kind of gross. In conclusion, Todd is the best. Todd is my favorite. Todd deserves better. If I could, I would marry Todd. I freaking love Todd. Todd is the man, the myth, the legend, and Todd is everything I desire, bro. Okay. The first book, I was like, this man's is funny. He's great. The second book, I was like, oh, I feel for you, bro. I am so sorry. The third book, he cemented himself as my favorite character because he punched Nash in the face. The fourth book, oh my god, he needs so much love. He deserves so much better than the main character, and she doesn't even have him. Anyway, I finished the book. I read all of it in one day, which is crazy, but that's okay. So, I love all of the characters, and they're also all insanely stupid, petty, and pitiful. Let me explain. That was a loud clap. So, we've got all this drama going on. New girl, Sabine, Bina. We don't know what's going on with her. She's Nash's ex-girlfriend. And they've got history. And this is her words, which I think explains it the best. They're two fiery balls of fire, and the relationship was burning brighter and brighter, but they never burned up, and they burnt so much that they were like lightning in a bottle, but they never died out. Ooh, that's the type of love. I don't know, girl's crazy, and I love her. She's a vibe. She's great. Does a little bit of questionable things, but the main character's no worse, so it's perfectly fine. So Sabine and Nash, I ship them entirely. I think they're really cute together. And this is why I love Todd. Justice for Todd. Todd took the main character and he was like, yo, babes, I don't think you and Nash should be together. I really don't. And hear me out. Don't get mad yet. But you two don't mesh anymore. You don't need him. He desperately needs someone and he doesn't necessarily need you. Which, oh, harsh, bro. But truth. He was spitting facts. He said the truth, nothing but the truth and only the truth. Straight up, oh, I love him. And he said it to her face. I was like, preach, buddy. And she didn't listen to a thing he said, which hurts so much. So we've got the drama of teachers randomly dying. There's like 3 teachers who just up and between like 12 hours of each other. One died, and then 6 hours later another died, and the next day another died. Or I guess, whatever. So they all died relatively around the same time. And you're like, huh, mystery. Who's dying? Who's murdering? What's going on? And I was like, it's not Sabina or Sabine. She didn't do it. She's chilling. She's fine. She's great. She's truthful. She's honest. She's a little nightmare and I love her. So it's not her. And you're like, oh, it isn't her. Is it? So the thing is, these books have enough drama to the point where I'm like, intriguing. But they also has enough, like, pettiness and just overall stupidity where I'm like, I don't want to read you anymore. I don't want to sit through this. Why are you making these decisions? But then at the same time, the intrigue and the mystery pulls me back in, and then I'm here for all the drama. Like, these books are wild. So much went down. We have Sabine and Alec, who are the newish characters, who are both come out of nowhere. We know that Alec was hanging out with the Hellions, and he's around like 40 something years old, and he was brought back to Earth just to, you know, be free of the Hellions, but he's still connected to the Hellion called Aardvark. That was a show. To the Hellion or something. It's like, oh, bro. So this man can take over his body, take over his mind, and tell him what to do, when to do it, and whatever. So he has no control. Whenever he falls asleep, the demon goes, haha, and hops into the little puppet. So poor man just is missing a whole chunk of time. Never knows what the hell's going on. He's also a little supernatural, so we learned that. That was cool. I think him and Emma would be a cute couple. There's a lot of drama that went down. So much unbelievable drama. Well, Nash is still trying to get over the drugs. He's desperately confessing his love to the main character all the time. And she's like, I can't trust you, which is true. And even Todd said it. Todd was like, you guys are not good for each other. You can't trust him, and you can't forgive him, and he can never forgive himself, and he is just festering in pain because of what he did to you. Because Nash messed up. Straight up, he messed up. There's too much history there, and bro messed up bad. And Homegirl's way too petty to ever get over it, so it's never gonna happen. So those two are on the outs. And it's not just like a lover's tiff. Like, it was a war. They fought against each other so badly. And the thing that annoyed me and like was so, it antagonized the hell out of me, was that the main character was so against Sabine. I get it, understandable, but Sabine's a cool chick. You guys can be friends. Why do you hate each other? It's not functioning in my brain why they would hate each other so much, and yet they just despise each other. Well, Sabine said, well, you're like my friend. And then they have a little fight, and then Sabine's like, you were never my friend. And I was like, no! And then Sabine goes missing, and I'm like, oh, girly! So the drama happened. Everything just freaking combusted. At the very end is when everything falls into place a little bit. So it was an avalanche of just drama. We've got Sabine disappearing. You've got main character being like, oh my god, Alec just attacked me and my father. This demon is back. Who can I talk to? How do I stop this guy from being creepy? Because straight up that could have gotten so bad. Not gonna lie, but it didn't, so we're chilling. Anyways, so she gets attacked by the demon. Whenever she has a dream, it's a nightmare. She doesn't know what the hell's going on. Turns out Sabine was also being controlled by the demon. That's fun. And then there's two demons hellions trying to take over their little school. So that's cute. The weird thing is the more I read this, the more I fall in love with Todd. The less I love Nash, the more I would like to punch him. And that's why I'm so glad that he actually did. And the more I wish the best for Todd. He's such a cute character and deserves so much love. Same with Sabine. I hope she's happy. And in the end, oh my god. Okay, we're not gonna spoil everything. Just like, why is Nash and Kaylee back together? Why? Why? Someone explain to me why. I need an explanation because this doesn't make sense. Why on earth would they ever want to be together in the first place? They shouldn't be back together and they're back together. I'm gonna fight a war. Anyway, if people like these type of videos, I might do another one. Who knows? If you stayed till the end, good for you. In the comments, write down what you would call a hellion or name a hellion. I feel like aardvark would be a good one, even though that's the name of an animal, but... Or Ardvis, or Ardvis or something, Aravis. I feel like that would be a cool hellion name. Think of some hellion names, put them in the comments, I'm curious. Anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I see you guys in a different video. Bye!